Hi friends, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to see how to configure Dynamic VPN or Remote Access VPN with Fortigate Firewall using alternative VPN client, which is obviously not Fortigate client. It is GreenBow client. You can see on my screen, it is already connected. So let's get started. This is my Fortigate Firewall. This is the interface. Port 2 is having the public IP 14.140.42.04. So I'm going to access this firewall using this IP, and I'm going to connect to the firewall on this interface, which is listening for all kind of IPsec negotiation 192.168.0.108 port 1, and I'm going to access port 2 IP 14.140.42.04. So let's get started. Let me show you the configuration that you have in the VPN here. If you go to VPN, well, you can see here, it's a dial-up user, port 1, and then mode config is enabled, and then I am assigning the IP address in the range you can see here. Okay, so I have enabled the split tunnel so that I don't lose the access of the RDP, because I am doing the remote to this particular machine, and I'm going to connect this machine to the Fortigate firewall so that I can access the public IP on port 2. You can see here port split tunnel is enabled with two address. One is 10.1.1.10, 14.140.42.04, and then NAT traversal is enabled. The DPD is on demand. Well, in phase 1, you have method appreciate key. This is the appreciate key version 1 aggressive mode, and I'm going to use this as the peer ID. Proposal, you can see here group 2 86400 test SHA1. Exauth I'm not using. And phase 2 selector, well, proxy ID or the traffic selector is 000, source and destination, which is how you configure the VPN in dynamic mode. Well, in proposal, you have test SHA1, no PFS, replay detection is enabled, and then 43200. All right, guys. So let's get back to our connection. So this is the GreenBow VPN client, and I'm not sure which version is this. I guess this is 6.4 or something. Okay, so there's no help button which shows the version. Anyways, not an issue. So you can go to the official website of the GreenBow, and then you can download this VPN client, which is actually universal. So I'm using the same VPN client to get my machine connected to the SRX device. So I can use the same client to, establish the VPN to the Fortigate firewall. So it's a generic universal VPN client. Works pretty well with Juniper devices. I've tested it with Juniper devices. If you want to see the video, you can go back to my channel and search for the video, Dynamic VPN with SRX device. So the configuration here, this is the phase 1. You can see here the authentication. This is the local IP. This is the remote IP on the Fortigate firewall. Appreciate key exactly the same. What you have configured on the Fortigate firewall. Exauth, well, I am not enabling it. Crypto, test SHA1, TH2. Protocol, you can see here the local ID, the one that I mentioned you here. In the Fortigate configuration, fragmentation, well, if you want, you can enable it, but then this is for the testing purpose, so I'll keep it disabled. IK port is 500, NAT port is 4500. and this will switch to 4500 if and only if you have a NAT device, which in my case is not there. And I have clicked the mode config enable because in the Fortigate, well, I have mode config enabled, and then this is aggressive mode. If you want, you can have it in main mode as well. So NAT is automatic gateway. This is the phase one lifetime. There is no certificate. So this is more about phase one. Let's go to phase two. You can see here. So this is the issue with the FortiGate, and this is the issue with this client. So if you want to have multiple phase, if you want to access multiple IPs, then you'll have to create multiple phase twos. So in my case, I want to access this particular IP. So I have created FortiGate VPN phase two. So if you want to have multiple subnet access, then you will have to create multiple phase two. Uh, because here you cannot mention multiple remote IPs. No matter you are pushing to static route during the split tunnel configuration, even then you'll not be able to access the other one because you are only putting 14.140 4204. I'll show you in some time. So this is test SHA-1 tunnel, no PFS. This is the phase two, more or less. Okay, let's get back to the control. Okay, so this is the logging uh, console, and this is the FortiGate. So let's get started. So this is connected. Let me show you something. So if you check here, you're getting the IP 10.10.10.11, which is exactly the way I have configured it on the Fortigate firewall. So if you see here, okay, this is the phase one aggressive mode, first packet, second packet, third packet. You can see here the IE payload that I configured is accepted by the Fortigate, and then this is the transaction mode, which is nothing but the config mode, which you have enabled on both the ends. So when I am sending transaction, okay, so FortiGate is supposed to send me the information, the configuration that it has, and okay, so according to FortiGate config mode, I'm supposed to get two route for split tunneling, but then on my end I have enabled only one. So you can see here it is injecting only one, but I have mentioned two accessible network. So this is what is a split tunnel here. If you will use FortiGate client, well, you will have the advantage of this. But then no matter, we can create multiple phase two so that we can access multiple resources behind FortiGate. Okay, so this is the config mode that I was talking about, and this is phase two. Well, these are the DPDs. So let's try to ping. So you can see here, I'm able to ping it. Let's do a trace to confirm that. Okay, you can see here it is next hop, which is the FortiGate firewall. So let's try to do something. Let's try to create one more phase two. Okay, so I'm going to have a single address, which is going to be okay. This is the FortiGate interface IP. Let me show you. So this is the interface IP on port 4. So I'm going to have that encryption this. SHA-1, tunnel mode. In advance, no need of setting anything. Okay. I guess this is the phase 2 lifetime. Not sure about it. Well, you can check here. Okay, 43200, 43200. You can see here the second one. I can connect. 40 Fortigate VPN 2 is also connected. So now the difference here you will see. So if you check the route, you have only route for 100. Okay, this is not going over VPN. Let's try to connect this one. Okay, this is also connected. So you can see at times I have two phase twos. So now let's check the routes. Okay, you can see here 14, 140, 40, 100. And this one. Okay, so let's try to access. This is pingable. Okay, this is the next hop. As you can see on screen, let's try to access this. Okay, okay, so it is not reaching the VPN tunnel because of some reason. Let's try to find out why. Let's do one thing. Let's try to close this one. Okay, so that was the issue. I believe it is in stuck state. Okay, now let's try to do this. VPN 2 is up. Now let's try to see the summary. VPN 0. Now let's try to check. So it is having the metric 36, but according to me, it should take the longest prefix match. Okay, seems like there is some issue on my virtual adapter, but then the interface is replying. You can see here the reply packet going back, but then there should be some issue with my network adapter. So that is the reason why it is not letting us do that. Or maybe we have missed some configuration, I believe. Let me check that real quick. Let's try to change this and let's try to access. I think this is because of the split tunneling that I've enabled. And right now on my client, since it is not having any options of accepting to, or there is no option to exempt this because they should automatically install the received route in the config mode. But then out of some reason, one route is getting injected onto the tunnel, while the other one is injected onto my physical interface IP. But let's try to ping it now and let's try to see. Let's try to change it back to Okay, now it is pinging. Anyways, there should be something on my network adapter. Anyways, like you can see here on screen, I'm able to ping the 14.140.42.04, and I'm able to ping 10.1.100 as well. And this was achieved using GreenBow VPN client, which is a universal client. So if you want to have multiple remote access of the subnet, then you will have to create multiple VPN like here. And this is a generic universal VPN client, and should be compatible with multiple vendors, the firewall vendors. I've checked it with Juniper. I've checked it with FortiGate. Yet to check it with some other vendors. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more update. Stay safe. Have a good day. Bye bye.